Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me today. So today is the start of 3 days, 3 looks. I don't think it's going to be any more than that, even though it could be. So we're going to be using the Bperfect Carnival palette today, and I want to concentrate on the oranges. No shock there. Normally I would go with neutrals, but so we could possibly use neutrals next week. So I'm going to be doing oranges today and then greens tomorrow, I think. What I want to do, and you'll have to excuse my voice guys because I don't know what is going on with it. In fact, I'll go and get a drink of water, that might calm it down a bit. Okay, let's try and start again. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with my voice. It keeps like going up and down, and it's affecting the way I talk, so ignore that. So ignore the way my voice is. I'm gonna just have a bit more water. Right, so what I want to do is I want to use this. So I got it with a recent look at it with Plouise, and it was my last one that I've got, but I am expecting a budget beauty box to come really soon. So we're going to use the Plouise Mango Mistress first as a base. I've never used these before, but it does look pigmented, and I did try it on the back of my hand and it just stayed there, so hopefully it'll help the eyeshadows to not crease and to stay put. Get a brush out. I mean, I could put it on with my fingers, but let's try it with a brush. Let's try it with this one, this Morphe one I've got. Right, I'm just going to put the tiniest amount on because I don't know how much to use. So, okay, you don't need a lot. You do need a bit more than the minuscule amount I put on. They sent me the right colour though. Absolutely loving orange at the moment. I want to take it up a bit higher than that, into the crease. How do you guys put them on? Do you use a brush or do you just use your fingers? I think I'll use my finger for the left eye and see what the better application is. Isn't that pretty? Right, so I'll use my ring finger. Again, I'm only putting the tiniest amount on, guys. It spreads better with your finger. Probably because of the warmth of your finger is helping to spread it. And you don't need as much. I noticed that when I used the brush I used a lot more. Yeah, I would say use your finger, guys. Okay. I'm quite impressed with it so far, guys. I mean, what does it say about it? It doesn't really say a lot. I mean, I guess it's called wet because it applies wet and then it sets down. I know they do have some other bases that aren't like this, which I want to try as well. I've got some bases by Revolution, like some pastel ones, and I'm just not loving them. They're very thin and very runny. See, these have already dried down. So what I can do, we'll start on the right eye, and we'll go in with Pretty Peachy, because this is practically the same shade but in eyeshadow formula. So let's get a brush for that. Take all these Jaclyn Hill ones out. Just trying to establish what I want to use. Right, we'll use this one. No, there's no colour on it. So Pretty Peachy. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check that there's no colour on it because the brush is looking really dirty. So I'm going to put some of my cleansing spray on, and then I'm going to run it over the colour switch and just make sure. And then once I've used this palette, I think I'm just going to clean these brushes. Just going to wait for it to dry now. That's a lot cleaner. go back in with the same shade. Right, so I'm gonna, still feels wet. I'm just gonna take that into the transition area. I mean, you don't need a lot of this, just purely because I put the base down. So it's really just setting that base. It's exactly the same shade. It's really, really nice. Right, so while that, then I want to go in with like a cream ivory shade for my brow bone, which, this one here, Dove. I'm hoping you can see this. If not, I'll put them on the screen so you can see the colours that I've used. It's hard to show big palettes when I don't have much room. My camera is literally like that. Well, it's about that far away from me, but we're zoomed in as well, so we'll be even closer. Right, and then what we're doing for outer corner. Well, I need to decide what I want to use for lid, and then we can decide what we're going to use for outer corner, can't we? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shades that are shimmers that we can choose. Oh, I like that. We can do 2 of these. These are so soft, guys. Why don't we do them 2? So that one is Pin Up and the other one is Honey, I think. No, it's Fawn. That one's Fawn. And then those 2 down there, that one's Brass, and then the one on my little finger is called Honey. We can always use that if I use it again. Let's do the swatches. Oh my gosh, them 2 shades are going to look so good together. So those 2 shades there are what we're going to use. Let me wipe my fingers off. Okay, so, oh yeah, and then for the outer V, let's go in with October since we are in October. I was debating whether to go in with October or Spice Coral. We'll use Spice Coral another time, so let's go in with October. So my friend over at Andy Does Stuff do a look with this palette, and her look was amazing. If you're not subscribed to her, I would highly recommend her channel. I'm going to leave it in, probably I'm going to leave it in the description so you can go and check her out. I love her content. I'm just going to build that up, I think. My niece has had this horrible cold and I really hope I'm not getting it. It's got nothing to do with my sore throat because I already had it before I went to my sister's yesterday. Okay, where's the brush? Right, so we're going to put Sugar Maple in the inner corner and then we're going to put Pin Up on the outer corner. These shades just give me good vibes, guys. Oh, it's going so well over the top of that pigment. And they're not even wet. Can you imagine how they would go on wet? You don't need them to be wet though, guys. I might try it though towards the end of the video. Right, and then I'll just run that over the colour switch and we'll grab Pin Up. and then blend. So back in with Pin Up again, and it's going to be nothing more than a simple autumnal look, this, guys. You could probably do it in 5 minutes. If you want a complicated look, you're not going to get that here. Right, and then take the colour off it, and we'll just blend it again with the same brush. I'm going to pop a little bit more of Sugar Maple on, because I feel like that's been lost. Yeah. Right, so in the orange row, there is nothing in the orange row, like down here, there is nothing that I can use as an inner corner highlight, so we'll go somewhere else. We'll try Dimmer. So just let me get my brush for that. We'll use this one. So I'm just going in with this JH42. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's working really, really well to brighten the inner corner up. And this shimmer shade is in the neutral section of the palette. So basically you've got oranges and red tones in one section, neutrals and some cooler tones in another section, and then greens. So good, guys. You could get by probably with that palette alone, let alone like the amount of palettes that I've got. So yeah, I mean, if you're a beginner, I would recommend that palette, and I've not even used them all yet, but it's just really impressed me. And if you live in the UK, guys, you can get it off the TikTok shop for £15. I just think that's such a great deal. What shall I use for the... I want to use as many shades as I can, so shall we go in with Cinnamon for the lash line? Let's find a lash line brush. There's one here. This wouldn't be a good palette for my niece though, she hates greens. Anything green, she just doesn't like it. I'm going back in with Dove to clean things up a little bit, and it will help blend out the eyeshadows that I've gone a bit crazy with. So I was thinking about getting the new Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette of Beauty Boxes by Tammy. It's just too expensive, guys. It's £25.99 plus £2.99 shipping, so you can say what, £28. I think that's expensive for a Colourpop palette. I've got a Colourpop palette anyway. I've got the first Hocus Pocus palette they brought out, so I'll probably do some looks with that over Halloween. Maybe one or two. I'll need to check which looks though I did originally, so I'm not repeating myself. It was a year ago since I've used that palette. If you've got a particular like colour story in that palette that you want me to use, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'm more than happy to do that. I don't know why I'm taking that, because we've done in a corner highlight. Mascara time now. I'm going to use the Collection Lash Primer. Right, I won't be wetting the eyeshadows just because they don't need it. And if they don't need it, why do it? I didn't notice any fallout from the eyeshadows, which is wonderful. And And then I'm going to be using the Colourpop Act Natural mascara. And then I'm just going to go and get a new lippy that I've got, so let me just grab that. Right, so the camera's shut off. It dries down super fast. I've just applied it and it's more or less dry. It is super matte, guys, so if you don't like a matte lip, you're not going to enjoy it because it does dry down really, really matte. I got it from eBay, I think about £3.50. It wasn't expensive. It reminds me so much of my Jeffree Star Tangerine Queen, I think it's called, this one. Yeah, it just reminds me of that so much. I'm sure it's called Tangerine Queen. Let's see what the difference is in swatches. Let me just take these swatches off of the eyeshadows. Okay, right, so we're just going to swatch them against each other. I think the one I'm wearing is more orange. Let me wait until the Jeffree Star one has completely dried down and I'll be back. Right, so I think the newer one that I've got is just more orange. It's more pumpkin orange. The Jeffree Star one is more of a red based orange, I would say. I think I do prefer this kind of orange. It looks really, really pretty. Hang on. Just gonna do some last minute blending. Yeah, I really, really like that. So tomorrow, like I said earlier, we're going to concentrate on the greens. I wish I had a green one of these because I think they're really, really good. Great value for the money. I think they're about £12. Don't quote me. I'll go onto the Plouise website because I didn't pay for it. I got it in a box. I'm not entirely sure. But I'll go on the Plouise website and I'll see how much they are. So this is today's look, guys. Join me tomorrow for look 2, and yeah, I'll be doing 3 looks with that palette, and then we'll be moving on to my project pan makeup. I don't know if I want to do a project pan. Get ready with me. I mean, in the video really I should show you the progress, and I don't really want to show the progress without me filming an update. So I think I'll just use those products off camera, and then the week after we'll pull some more products for another Shop My Stash. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 look 2. So we're doing day 2 look 2 with the beautiful Bperfect Carnival for the Antidote palette. Really enjoyed it yesterday. The formula is so pretty, guys. Now some of the shades were out of frame when I was showing them to you, so I'll put pictures into the video, but this is what it looks like again. I'm going to go in with the greens today. I'm going to start off with Buttercup, this yellow here. So let's get our brush. I think I want to try this Revolution one for a change. Let's spray it, get all the residue off it. Where's my cloth? Right, so let that dry, and while that's doing that, I want to go back in with Dove, that one there. It's really heavy to hold up. That one there, just for the... So we're going to go in with Dove now, guys. Let's zoom in. Mirror. Okay. So we're going to go in with the Revolution R2 fluffy brush for that yellow. So it's called Buttercup. Hopefully you will see that. Kind of like a marigold. So we're just putting that in the transition. bring that into the outer V as well. We are going to deepen it up. Some of the concealer has gone a little bit patchy there, which might affect the eyeshadow application. So who's got this palette and what are your thoughts on it? That's pretty. Okay, so I think we're done with that brush. And since I'm wearing like a khaki top, I don't know whether to go in with Dusty or Ash. I think Ash, guys, so let me just find my brush for that. This one should do. Just make sure there's no eyeshadow on it. So this one is the JH40. It's my favourite brush for the outer V. So in with Ash. And yesterday when I was using these eyeshadows, I didn't notice any fallout at all. I'm so hungry. Can't wait for my Sunday dinner. I'm just going to build the colour up slowly. Maybe take this into the crease like halfway. Yeah, just halfway. And wing it out a little bit. I'm going to get my JH47 packing on brush, take the colour off that as well. And I think I want to use Venom and Nectar. I'll swatch them for you. So them two shades there. So Nectar will be on the inner portion of the eye and then Venom towards the outer portion. I'm going to swatch them just so you can see. Actually, yeah, I was going to put this one in the inner portion, but yeah, we'll keep that in the inner portion. Nectar I think it is, and Venom will go on the outer portion. And if I need to, we might need to spray it. I think the eyeshadows yesterday were more pigmented just purely because I had that eyeshadow base down. They stayed on all night. Nectar's going on first, just in, ooh, that's nice, the inner portion here. I mean, I could do 5 looks with this palette easily and then still have eyeshadow that I haven't used, but I'll probably bring it out again in winter. So if you live in the UK and you haven't got this palette, guys, I would highly recommend it. The formula of these shimmers is like nothing else. They're very creamy, very buttery. Right, so I'm going to turn the brush over and go in with Venom. These are going to blend seamlessly into one another. Right, so I'll take that off and then we'll just use the same brush to blend them. Right, and then for inner corner, where's the brush? So for inner corner I'm using the same brush I used yesterday, the JH42. What shade are we going to use? Glisten. That one down there. It's probably not the right shade. Might have to go over it with something else. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, so let's go over it with silvery. That one there. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Then for the lash line, take the colour off. I'm going to try and use a different green. No, we'll go in with the same one. Ash. Then I'm going to go back into that cream ivory shade, Dove, just to clean up. And then we're going to go and get our mascaras. I think we're done with the palette for now. Right, so we'll put the Collection Lash Primer on first. And I don't need to do this with all of my mascaras, just the Colourpop one, because it's just a defining mascara. It doesn't add any volume or length, really. Excuse my phone. You know, happy clappy. Makes it actually sound like I've got friends, doesn't it? My friends are you guys. Okay, so yeah, just the Colourpop Act Natural we're going in with now. It does pair well with the collection primer I've got. It's just YouTube notifications, Beauty Bay notifications and Instagram notifications. That's all it is. Put it on silent. Bit late in the day, but okay, I'm going to grab a lippy, guys. I think I want to use this Huda one, but I don't know if it's going to go. It's Huda Beauty's Dirty 30. We're looking a bit grungy. So we're looking a bit grungy, guys, but this is the overall finished look of day 2, look 2. So this is what we're looking like. So that's the finished look. Let me know what your thoughts are down below as usual. Which look do you prefer, looks 1, 2 or 3? And come and join me tomorrow for day 3, look 3. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're doing day 3, look 3, and today we're going to go down the middle section. So we're just going to stick to the neutrals. And which ones were there? I want to use Cutie Pie, and I want to use Oyster kind of in the inner corners, and probably Bonbon. There's not really a lot of those kind of shades like to deepen it out, so I'm going to use Dusty Rose here. So it's only 4 eyeshadows today, I think. Actually 5 with Dove. So I'm going to put my concealer on now. I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Rose. We'll zoom in. And just blend that out. Okay, now let's get the brush. The brushes, should I say. It's going to be really simple, guys. I really enjoyed using this brush yesterday, so I might just clean that off. Next time I go to Boots, I'm going to get a couple more of these brushes because they're really good. And like for £3, why wouldn't I? I might actually try getting a crease brush as well. Like this is a crease brush, but like a longer crease brush. Trying that out. Right, so that's ready to use. First of all, I'm going to go in with this brush and we're going to go in with Dove. Just to set that concealer down. Then I'm going to go in with Bon Bon. I'm hoping you can see that. I've edited looks 1 and 2. So if you can't see it, I'll just put pictures of the shades that I'm using in the video. That's what I had to do for look 1. And all the makeup I've got on my face is Project Pan makeup, apart from, of course, this eyeshadow palette, because it's the start of the week. So now I've used all my Shop My Stash products, apart from the Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette. That'll probably just stay out. I'll use it when I can. So yeah, I've used everything apart from that. So then next week, once we've used all my Project Pan for a week, we can do another Shop My Stash. By the time this goes up, I probably will have already filmed one. That's a nice pink. It almost looks like a salmon pink, and that again was Bon Bon. Right, so now I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose, that one there. Just let's make sure there's no colour on. We're just going to run that in the outer V and through the crease a little bit, just to give it a bit more definition, because we're not going to really be using a lot of eyeshadows today. It's going to be a pretty feminine look. Hocus Pocus mirror is trying to escape. Okay, I'm just going to blend those out with a different brush, the JH30. Let's go back in with Dove. Just for the brow bone. Right, now we're going in with Beauty Pie. This looks a gorgeous colour. Right, so we'll take it to about there. This is a gorgeous colour, guys. Just a really pretty rose gold. Okay, the other shade that I want to use, oh, it's that one, Oyster. I'm going to put it into the inner corners too. Right, so that's very light. We're going to have to blend them into one another. I think I want to go in with a bit more cutie pie. In fact, I think I want to take it off the entire lid. And we'll just have Oyster in the inner corners. It's too light. Yeah, that's better. Right, for lash line, I'm just going to go in with Dusty Rose again. And then I'm going to go in with the usual suspects for mascara. So, Collection Lash Primer first. And then Colourpop Act Natural. And then the last thing to do, because I've got all Project Pan makeup on my face, is I recently brought this into Project Pan because I used the Dior one up. This one is Essence Matte in 03. It doesn't have a shade, it's just 03. It's a beautiful rose pink, so let's put that on. I don't think I like this lipstick. Might be getting decluttered because it's a full lipstick, guys, and if I don't like it I'm not going to use it. So, I mean, it looks nice enough with this overall look. I'll have a think about it and see what it looks like on video later, but it might be getting decluttered. It says it's a matte lipstick, but it's more of a satin cream lipstick. It certainly won't be staying on while I'm at my sister's, so I'll probably, so when this comes off I'll probably put this on instead. I really do like these Too Faced Melted Mattes, and they are a proper matte lipstick. So this one is in the shade Sellout. Get a picture of what it looks like if I remember and insert it into the video. But this is the last look with the palette, guys. So we've seen looks 1, 2 and 3 now. So let me know which look you like the best, looks 1, 2 or 3. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.